far-right website, the Gateway Pundit, which was one of the first to start reporting this story about Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman having done something supposedly illegal about what they were doing with ballots when they were just working the polls on Election Day in Georgia back in 2020. And they were doing all this. Well, they got sued by Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman for defamation, and that case had been in the works. Well, Thursday they reached a settlement. Now, it's undisclosed as to how much money Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman are going to get, but they are going to get a payday, and we didn't know what the rest of the terms of that deal was because, like I said, it was undisclosed. And it was a confidential settlement. However, I think part of it was something that happened today. The Gateway Pundit came out and put up a retraction on their website saying, after a thorough investigation, there is no evidence that there was any election fraud. The 2020 election was not stolen, and Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman were not doing anything illegal or affecting the outcome of the election. And I might have gotten the words wrong, but that's effectively what they said. Now, I'm guessing that was part of the settlement, but also there were over 70 articles up on the Gateway Pundit about Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman, about all of the actions that they were claiming that were being taken by these people. And all of it was, of course, made up and fake. Those stories are now gone. I'm guessing that was also part of the settlement. Now, I don't know if it'll affect the ideas and how people think about the 2020 election, at least those on the right. Those people on the left already know there was nothing to that story, so it's not going to change their minds. They weren't going there anyway. But this is just another so-called news organization being held to task over the 2020 election and finally having to face some real-world consequences for their actions, and they're not allowed to just say whatever they want. Similarly, Fox News has already had to pay almost $800 million in a defamation settlement. Newsmax and Smartmatic had settled earlier this year, and there are other defamation cases going. So these news organizations, or so-called news organizations, are being held to task for just saying whatever they want, even though it's blatantly false, in support of Donald Trump. This isn't going to be the last so-called news organization that's going to have to pay a defamation claim over the 2020 election and their lies about what happened with it.